Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Welcome back. Today's topic is going to be a follow-up to my retail arbitrage in 5 minutes or less. This is going to be private label in 5 minutes or less. So before we get into that, I do want to mention I did get all your notes and comments and everything else, and I'm going to still publish, at the end of this week, I'm going to publish the retail arbitrage case study with a newbie to doing it. I'm trying to give them a little time for their product to get online and selling. But anyways, probably the end of the week I'll publish that one. I'm also going to publish a follow-up. I had a lot of requests for more detailed information about listing on Amazon and how I package things, how I actually ship the box. So I will do a video. It's going to be probably long. It might be a little boring for some of you, but I'll do one in response to your questions that takes you through every step of the way. I'll just have the camera on. I'll do the whole thing from packaging the product, printing the shipping label, putting it on the box, dropping it off at Staples. So I will, those are upcoming, so I didn't give up on you. I will have more retail arbitrage videos coming up. But private label has been a real popular hot topic lately. That seems to be the flavor of the year for Amazon sellers. So I thought I'd take some time. This could be the first one in a series. So I plan to do, I do private label as well as doing some retail arbitrage. I do private label. I have a successful brand that sells on Amazon. I get sales every day. And so I thought I'd walk you through, my series is going to be a walkthrough of every step of the process. So I'm going to start, it's probably going to be, I don't know, 20, 25 videos maybe, starting with the initial contact, how I handled that, logos, packaging, how I handled my shipping, how I got samples, how I got reviews. It's going to go all the way from A to Z, all the way through putting my product actually live on Amazon, optimizing my listing, doing the PPC campaign, generating sales, and actually getting the money from Amazon and placing a second order. So that's coming up. This is going to probably be, I guess this will be the first in that series. But what I wanted to do is just go through a quick intro on private label. So what is private label? So private label is nothing more than taking somebody else's product and putting your name on it. So we're all familiar with this concept. Amazon does it with their Amazon Basics brand. Costco does it with their Kirkland Signature brand. Walmart does it with their Great Value brand, so on and so forth. So when Walmart has Great Value chicken noodle soup, they don't go buy a chicken noodle soup factory. They find somebody that makes chicken noodle soup for other manufacturers and just says, hey, listen, will you just sell it to me cheap? I'll buy a zillion cans and we'll put this Great Value label on it. And the manufacturer goes, yeah, sure, no problem. We'll be glad to do that. That's what private label is. And it's no different for Amazon. The big difference is for Amazon sellers, most of us, is, you know, Alibaba is kind of a gateway. So Alibaba.com, if you're not familiar with it, it's a Chinese website that basically there's a bunch of Chinese manufacturers, or in many cases they're not actually the manufacturer. They're a middleman or a broker or whatever you want to call them that have products listed there. So you go on there, and if there's chicken noodle soup, I'm sure there is, there's 10 factories or 10,000 factories that make chicken noodle soup, and it makes communication pretty easy. So I can email those factories and say, hey, I'm Joe, I want to have a chicken noodle soup's probably bad. Let's say I want a kitchen knife. There's a million kitchen knives, so I have Joe's Knives I want to trademark and sell. So I contact these manufacturers that make knives and say, hey, I want a 10-inch chef's knife, and I want you to label it Joe's Knife, and I'll design the packaging, here's my logo, so on and so forth, and they'll say, yeah, okay, here's your price, and as long as you'll buy, you know, 100 units, 1,000 units, then we'll be glad to do that. They ship me those knives here, they say Joe's Knives on them, which is great. I send them to Amazon and do a good listing. I have to send them and get photographs and all that stuff, but I create a great Amazon listing, and then people buy my knife, in theory. So that's basically how private label works. I do want to give a disclaimer. There's been a lot of people getting burned in private label lately. It's become super competitive. There's a lot of variables and there's a lot of risk if you don't know what you're doing. So just a word of caution. Just because something's cheap on Alibaba doesn't mean you're going to make money with it. There's a lot of risk, there's a lot of expense, and there's a lot of detail that goes into taking your product from A to Z. Because just because I have Joe's Knife on Amazon, you're not going to go on Amazon and look for Joe's Knife. You're going to look for Xylus or Hinkle or whatever knife manufacturer you like. You're not going to look for Joe's Knife. So I have to create all that market, everything else. It's not impossible, but it's not easy either. So like I said, I'm going to have more upcoming on that part of it. But that in its basic form is what private label is and how it works. So stay tuned. So please like and subscribe. It really helps us bump up on the algorithm for YouTube. So that really helps me out and keeps me wanting to do this. So if you keep watching, I'll keep making them. See you next time.